The learning objectives that you can take away from this module are: first and foremost, we will talk about a feature of Ansible called the Vault and understand how it can be used to securely store sensitive information. Next, we will go through some of the common Ansible modules which are typically used in real-world projects. Then we will have a detailed discussion on Ansible roles and how we can use them for code modularity and reuse. And last but not least, we will introduce you to Ansible Galaxy. So let's get started. In the last module, we had a discussion on different Ansible sections for writing a standalone single-page playbook which consists of target section, variable section, task, handler, loops, conditionals, until, and notify. It is not necessary that playbooks should contain all of these sections, but as a minimum, it should have a few tasks and at least one target for a playbook to make sense. So far, the Ansible playbooks which we have seen or worked with were single-file Ansible playbooks which were self-contained. We didn't write any modular playbooks. All our playbooks were executed linearly. We did alter the control flow a little bit with the help of loop, conditional or notify section, but still, they are executed in a single-pass linear fashion. Now we will look at a few things which can be done for executing a part of the playbook and make our playbook execution more modular. The first method is by using tags. We can use tags to tag the task in the playbook, and while running the playbook, we can just specify an additional argument which is --tag. And thus the particular task which contains the particular tag will be executed. The second method is, if we want, we can execute the playbook from the middle. For example, if we want our playbook to start with the third task or fourth task rather than the first configured task, we can do that. These are some things that can be done to work with playbooks. But still, these methods are generally not very efficient. For real-world complex scenarios, we need to create modular playbooks. For modular playbooks, you need to create a series of roles if you are looking for reusability. Roles can be used to solve modularity and code reuse problems, and they help us encapsulate large chunks of logic, which allows us to focus on core business or technical problems at hand. For example, we can just create the role called WordPress, which already encapsulates tasks for MySQL installation and Apache web server. Thus, with one role, we can install all the relevant dependencies, rather than worrying about multiple small installations or multiple configuration files, etc. Before we dive into roles, let's first get familiar with something called the Ansible Vault. In the previous modules, we have mostly used YAML files to write our playbooks. Everything was written in YAML, whether it was configuration or command. Even if we had to use any passwords or other sensitive information, we would have added it to the YAML file in clear text. But in production environments, it is not advisable to store passwords in clear text inside the configuration files. In many organizations, the developers do not even have the passwords for production servers. So how should we store sensitive information used by Ansible? Well, to secure the sensitive information like passwords, keys, etc., Ansible has a feature called the Vault. The Vault allows us to keep sensitive data such as passwords or keys in an encrypted format, rather than plain text inside the YAML file. So this way we can use this sensitive information in our playbooks in a secure manner without sharing it with everyone. Since the vault files are encrypted, even if someone can view the file content, they will not be able to read the actual values stored in it. The information can only be decrypted with the help of a master password that we set up while creating the vault. And here are some commands related to the Ansible vault. To create the vault, we use Ansible-vault create. And to view, we use Ansible-vault view command. Once we create the file and we want to use it in the playbook, then we need to use the --ask-vault-pass argument. When we run our Ansible playbook with this argument, Ansible will prompt us to enter the master vault password. The entered password will be used to decrypt the vault file, and Ansible will be able to read the data and continue on with executing the commands on remote machines, while making use of the sensitive information retrieved from the vault.